take all of my time, but I want to tell you a little bit about this one. I have a series of poems about a particular folkloric aspect of the devil that I've been playing with, because in Southern folklore, there's this weird merger that we get that comes from the African slave trade between classical European stories, Milton and all of that other stuff about the devil, and places where they took stories about various trickster deities from Africa and turned them into folk tales about the devil, the capital D devil. And I've been playing with that, and the main one in that series is a really, really long piece called The Walking Man Goes Looking for the Sons of John, 6 cantos, which was nominated for the Rhysling Award and is available at Apex Magazine Online. This is the second one that I wrote, but it actually didn't appear in a magazine or in a book. It's in the liner notes for a CD called Slightly Above Below Average, which is one of Chet Atkins's favorite sayings. And that is a 15-year anniversary tribute after Chet passed away by a bunch of Chet Atkins's friends, including my uncle John McClellan. He asked me to write a piece to go in the liner notes. He thought that would be special. And so I thought about it and I thunk on it. And most of y'all are from Nashville. Y'all know that statue that's outside the Bank of America building downtown? Of the man with the guitar, and then there's an empty stool right next to him? That's Chet. That's Chet. That's Chet's statue. And it's always been one of my favorite pieces of art because my uncle's got this connection to Chet Atkins's music. And I just think it's one of the best pieces of public art in Nashville, and because of where it's located, it doesn't get the same attention as, the music right there in the middle of the roundabout where everybody has to see it. It's kind of hidden in a corner where you don't really notice it. You're trying to make the light make the turn. But that used to be the ATM I used to use when I worked downtown. It was the only Bank of America ATM with a deposit option. Because all the ones that are in the district, they don't want you to be able to put money in. They just want you to get money out and spend it. And so I ended up writing this piece, which is the second in that series. I'm working on a third one. I'm going down to Lewisburg to do some research on one of their urban legends about a haunted church down there. So this is Sympathy for the Devil, a duet in 2 solos. And the epigraph is this, from George Hamilton IV, who was another friend of Chet's. And he said, Chester is the gentlest person, gentle to everyone. That's what George Hamilton IV said. When the devil's in Nashville, he stops by 3rd and Union, late, after the bar's closed, where someone always offers half a beer at the feet of Chet Atkins. The devil tends to leave those for the dudes who didn't make it to the mission tonight, but sometimes he clambers up on that second stool to sculpt your new belongings, drinks the remains of a not-quite-cold one, and smokes a discarded butt, and plays what anybody passing by would swear is a duet, the Ave Maria, audible from up near St. Mary of the Seven Sorrows, echoing against the stations of a mother's grief until the bell in the tower lets out a hesitant toll and reply, when you gotta be listening for it here. The few who pass stop and listen, their faces crinkling in joy or mourning, shake like dogs waking up, keep walking, dazed as a near miss can make them. Don't blame the devil. It's hard to have a private moment in the public street. The Damascus Road wasn't as well traveled as the district. This is a moment of mercy. Only bronze can withstand. Those as don't wait, shake, and keep moving. Okay, so I never told anybody this before, but my cousin's girlfriend's brother, John, plays guitar for this band called Infernatus. He's not a Satanist, he's just a metalhead. And he swears one June night he was walking stone cold sober down Union at 4 in the morning, came to and realized it was nearly dawn. And this old man is sitting on the stool of that sculpture by the Bank of America building, picking a righteous tune, some weird echo mimicking the sound of 2 guitars. I had no idea how long I'd been standing here, he said. I just wanted to listen to it forever, and old stuff. Really, I dig. He gets agitated because he knows it's corny as the nun bite, but he swears on his mama's grave, stony-eyed and serious, the strings on that statue were humming. Those metal fingers were plucking them. I kept looking for the camera, the hidden microphone, the gimmick. And that old man still picking says, son, all mistakes are intentional. Don't you know? Johnny swears on his own soul. His eyes, they blaze against expected disbelief. Chet Atkins's blind, bronze face turned, smiled at that shining brown man, and said, "Did you steal that line off of me? It was yours to start with." The old man chuckles and says, "You know that's right." The way they laughed together, he says, was like two more guitars in chorus, and then the old man handed him a battered old Gretsch and faded off into the darkness. It was gone in a blazing instant. Now Johnny trawls photo money, Googles looking before or after tourist shots, hoping one will show that change he swears he sees in that statue's smile. It takes all this time to wander the district at dawn, listening in silence. I think if he stole that 59 Gretsch, can't play anywhere because somebody would want to know where he got it, he'd come up with a story that anybody would believe without having seen some strange shit in town. The devil comes when he's in town, visits his gentlest friend, plays Reed's part of Jerry's breakdown, picks his way alone, unaccompanied, into nervous breakdown as the cops come on shift. The dawn breaks.